The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation. Foundation.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation. 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 The Foundation. The Foundation.
The Foundation with Heart Grant is brought to you by Alive, Burger King, Commonwealth Bank, Doctors Hospital, Epic Battery, Grace Kennedy Money Service, Jazz in the Gardens, Collect, Marco's Pizza, Hinder Towel, Prince Masters, Ross Electric Motors, and the Water and Sewage Corporation.
The Foundation. Foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation, on this beautiful Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. Grateful to be in the land of the living. Grateful to be here with you, jamming the way that we do on a consistent basis, being able to do all that we do. Guys, I hope you're out there. I hope that you're doing well and being able to do all. My God, I'm being able to do all that you've done. I just reading something. God passed something to me for me able to be able to read that. But I hope you guys are good, man. Just make sure you check out my guys over at AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. They got everything laid out. Make sure you go check them out. This time for you to be able to get your insurance, man. We are already 2 weeks in, sliding to the end of the month. If you're out here riding dirty, stop it. Clean yourself up. Go down to AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. Get your insurance in preparation and get your license, so you can be formal on this road in Jesus' name. Amen. Go down there, check them out, 3411 AFS, 3411 AFS. They got everything laid out for you. Guys, make sure you pick up your Guardian newspaper. All the information's in there. You can be able to see exactly what's what. SpaceX booster lands smoothly. Falcon 9 rocket booster has flawless landing in Exuma Sound. I just had to ask Chester. Chester said he was in Eleuthera when this thing fell, when it landed last night. And I was on Village Road being able to do my thing, right? Now, I sit now with my children, well, me and my son in the room, right? And all we hear was, boom! Now, if I was in 8 Mile Rock, we'd just get up and go see what happened. This 8 Mile Rock people, this island people. When we hear the ambulance, we get up, jump in the car, follow the ambulance. More specifically, because, you may hear ambulance frequently. But if you hear the fire truck, You got to follow this. Somebody's house burning down. We need to talk about it. Let's go. So we followed the fire truck. But since I've moved to Nassau, I just stay to myself. When I hear boom, pop, 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 all these things like that, we hunker down in the home. That's what we do. So when I heard this boom last night, boom, my son said, Daddy, is that a bomb? What is that? I said, we'll find out soon enough. I figured I was going to be able to see something on my phone exactly what's what. You mean to tell me the aftershock hit us from Exuma, between Exuma and Eleuthera? The aftershock hit us in Nassau? That is crazy. That is crazy. Guys, we're here. Make sure you pick up the Guardian newspaper. It says that an FNM government would criminalize marital rape. This is what Pintard says after his sort of, reservations as it relates to being able to talk about that when reporters indicated to him that Michael Barnett has taken on this kind of a position and relentlessly advocating for that. So he's taken on this kind of a position today and being able to talk about a government would criminalize marital rape. They're saying that's an easy thing to say. I might as well just be decent with you. It's good as political fodder for the cameras and for ingestion or for digestion, just for people to consume, right? But as it relates to an application, knowing that you have a body of traditional men and other fraternities to go through who can push back significantly on you to be able to get to this kind of position is, you could say this because the PLP has taken this kind of a position also. You can say this, and then Ryan Pinder say, I don't think we can get to it. Then the Prime Minister say, well, we don't have to describe marital rape. Then, we keep seeing this sort of an indifference and people pushing back on it. And we're seeing Alicia Wallace take on this kind of a position to indicate that the government is cowards, right? It's cowardly. And I agree with her. I agree with her stance indicating that if the government said they would do this, do that. However, there are some nuances, social taboo concepts, ideas, some innuendos. There are very subtle things that are happening behind the scenes that none of us are a part of. I think we believe that government is in the sunshine. That is only a campaign slogan. It's impossible. Government is not in the sunshine. They're not. And we've seen that over the years, and we tend to forget it. But the truth of the matter is that the transparency that you crave, that you desire, that you demand, is not easily given to you. You have to tap into your democratic rights, your strength, to be able to get those things done. You got to agitate. You got to stand. You got to protest. You got to push to be able to get these things, because for the most part, there is an anchor on legislation such as these, because our society is a mixed bag of progressives and traditionalists. It's a mixed bag. We got progressive people who have a very clear understanding that no means no. Right off the top, no means no. This is something that I teach my kid, even with his sister. If his sister says stop, stop is stop. Don't you ever in your life, my sons, don't you ever in your life, if a woman says no, no is no. I don't care who the woman is. But, there's a traditional mindset that exists in this country that's being fed to one generation to another, especially if there is an education or some sort of intervention involved that says to you, a woman could never tell you, that's your woman, Jesus, that is yours, boy, take it. It's a mindset. So you're grappling with some stuff. And these good old boys, right? Good old boys, they exist within your fraternities. These are some of the fellas who have voted for you as council members. These are some of the fellas that you've relied upon in certain areas, but they have different concepts as it relates to how a man and his woman should engage. There's a belief from the traditional standpoint that the state should never get involved in this particular space. So for Michael Pintard to take on this position to indicate that an FNM government would criminalize marital rape is a broad statement, because the FNM as a party, they too possess those men and women that reside within fraternity and reside within the confines of tradition. So you're going to have some challenges. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to have to fight for these particular things. So let's talk about that. Guys, the line's going to be wide open today. In the studio with me is my good friend, Garth Roseborough. He joined me for an hour yesterday. Tell him come back today. Let's be able to have a good conversation and being able to talk about these things. Garth, say good afternoon to the people out there.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. Good afternoon, world. It's good to be back in your company again, Howard. I thank you for the coffee this morning. You know how to treat a man and make him feel as if he's...
I come from hospitality, sir.
Oh, that's what Grand Bahama Hotel is all about?
No. I come from... But the hotel teach me that. My grandmother taught me before, though. And people come, you offer them something.
And that's why I bring you back that water.
I appreciate you.
That's what Bahamas used to be like.
Yeah.
But we only want take now.
But every relationship should be reciprocity. If I give you something, then you...
Not that
I'm looking
back.
for nothing.
Right.
And I give you something because you're looking for nothing, but that's just how we deal.
But I only throw it in there because yesterday the man wanted to know how me and you was rolled.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know that what we say on the air is what we live every minute of our life.
Yeah.
It's a principle.
Yeah.
It's a principle of life. No one is trying to preach something to you that they don't practice.
Mm-hmm.
And all we're simply asking for, and I've heard Howard say it over and over again, is let's fix this. Could we fix this?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you even interested in fixing it? If you're not interested in fixing it, then you should not complain about it.
Mm-hmm. I had a good conversation this morning. I had a talk with Miss Ella Mae Ferguson Cox.
Yeah, you followed up on that call from yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I had to call her.
Yeah.
It was a strong conversation. I got a couple of telephone calls yesterday, right, from some of my very good friends and senior politicians in the country. I say some of my very good friends, but, I know these guys for a very long time. And even before they got into politics, we were talking. Mm-hmm. And they were talking to me about Desiree Cox, Dr. Desiree Cox. And between Desiree's mother, Elmer mm-hmm. Cox, mm-hmm. and these other conversations that happened yesterday, there's a very clear understanding that politics lacks honor. There's no honor among men. I know that there wasn't any honor, or there isn't any honor among thieves, but there seems to be no honor amongst men.
You know why it has diminished? I think it was evident in your conversation with her yesterday when she simply said, I am not afraid to tell you who I am. I will give you my name. Because she was willing to take a stand. You see, when...
She was upset.
But not only upset, though. When people have a principle and are prepared to take a stand, then this whole idea of dishonorability, this whole idea of corruption, this whole idea of just thievery and crookery has to exit the room because the people have come together to stand. But when you have people who cower in the darkness and simply want to look and say, oh, look at what Howard do. Oh, look what Howard say. Well, only Howard the one standing, though. If only Howard the one standing, then, of course, politicians will make a mockery out of you.
It's time to stand, though.
It's time to stand. Yes,
this is what she says to me. She says, Howard, I listen to your show, and I'm inspired by it. But,
and first-time caller, too.
She started giving me her background. And Ms. Cox, she told me she could say, you could talk for me, baby, because I am angry.
I think she got some Ackland's blood in her. I heard that Ferguson Cox. That's an Ackland's background. And they ain't scared.
She said, I am angry. You know what it is. From 16 years old, I take care of my daughter. Make sure she go off to school. She did everything.
Rhodes Scholar.
She's a Rhodes Scholar.
She said the only one in the region. Rhodes Scholar. I mean, she's brilliant. Like Ms. Boba herself. What? She's an aeronautical engineer or something of that nature.
She is absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant people in the country.
Absolutely brilliant.
But we like to disrespect brilliance. We love to do that. We will use your ideas. We will even use your strength as long as you stay, as I said yesterday, behind the curtain. Your job is to pull the curtain forward and backward as long as they stand in the limelight and the light only shining on them on the stage. And it's a comedy show. But you, the brilliant one, you behind say, no, don't say that. No, don't do that. This is how you do it. This is how you say it. And they never mention your name. They never give any credibility.
I get 3 or 4 strategic calls, both FNM and PLP. Believe it. Senior people within the organizations that indicate that Desiree Cox is the brainchild, not Perry Christie. Perry Christie had a desire. She had a vision.
But he's saying because he was the head, then he should get the glory.
Yeah, but Perry Christie himself still has his faculties about him. And he should be able to say, I want to be able to give acknowledgement to Desiree Cox.
Only that.
Now, watch me. That Desiree is, what I understand, in her mid-40s, right? She ain't 50 yet.
Wow.
She's in her mid-40s, right?
Wow.
And if she is the world over being able to do all that she's doing, and this government was looking for something to be able to kind of fortify and strengthen what was happening within the confines of urban renewal, don't you think that this should go to the head, to the development?
But I did say to you
the core?
yesterday, it wasn't about urban renewal. It wasn't about the
Yeah, but
Bahamas. It
don't-
wasn't about the citizenry.
And I got a call from persons within the confines of urban renewal that says, based upon our bylaws, and I got the bylaws, all the information, based upon the act, there could be no supremacy. There could be no appointment. There could be no one just being able to come in. So the prime minister spoke out of turn.
Which solidifies what I was saying to you yesterday. This is the only point I was trying to make.
You just can't throw the man anywhere.
But I you know what I like about you, Howard? I like your brain. You know, you're a very quick thinker. I like how you surmise things and you come to quick conclusions. And I think I've never had an opportunity to ever witness you being off balance or not correct. You know, some things may be a bit, gray areas, but we all have a right to opinions, but we also must also know the facts. And so far as you have surmised this whole situation politically, we understand that for them, they have a plan, as you said correctly, and to them, this is all a game. But in this game, only they win, we lose.
And they are the traditionalists.
Yes.
They are the men who have been at the helm for a
Yes.
very long time. They are the men who have their tentacles in the land, being able to suck from the purse of the government, suck from the fat of the land and eat thereof. These are the they, right? And the us is an entirely different thing.
So let me ask a question then, Howard Grant. Let's say the good creator of the heavens and the earth decides to make you a multi-millionaire or a multi-billionaire, some of these men are. You're going to spend the rest of your idea to go and sit in an air-conditioned office so people can call you sir, or you're going to use some of this money to go and see the world and visit the tombs of Egypt.
I can tell you a story.
You're going to go and visit Europe. You're going to go ahead and enjoy your kids, your grandkids. You're going to go ahead and say, SpaceX, how do I get a ride on one of those shuttles that you're preparing for the future? I want to sit in a flying car. You're going to do these things, or you just want to amass this money, Howard Grant? For what purpose? What would
can tell
be
you
the
a story.
purpose of amassing this money?
I love my grandmother. I just want to start off like this. I love my grandmother so very much. I can tell you this story. I love this woman so much. I love her so bad, right? She's 96 years old now. Mommy just called me and told me she had a little touch of pneumonia the other day. They had to carry her
Some seriously.
no, they had to carry her to the RAND. The nurse came there. She's not mobile.
Okay.
So they had to come check her out. But Grammy retired, right? My grandmother retired from Batelco. She was a switchboard operator. Now, young people don't know what the switchboard is.
They don't know what Batelco is?
No, they don't know what Batelco is.
They know BTC.
Right, they know BTC, but they don't know the switchboard operators that when you used to dial 0 and you say, "Can I have a collect order?"
Yes,
and make a
man.
call, boom,
I
boom,
know
boom,
them
boom,
days.
boom. You could be able to switch it over, and they connect you from one space to another. She was the supervisor for this space for years
In Grand Bahama?
in 8 Maroc.
Oh, yeah?
In 8 Maroc,
She had a big-time job.
my grandmother had a big time job.
You know what I had to do to get one of them calls?
She used to make corn with the big C.
We had to call 35111 meter taxi to catch a ride down to Central Police Station. That's where Batelco was. And then you pay the people them. And then you got to go into your booth and you pick up the phone and then you talk to your people. And if you pay for 15 minutes, that's what you get. You get 15
That's what you get.
minutes.
Yeah. So listen, my grandmother dedicated her life to between her service to her job, the obligation that she had, her service to the Elks. She was an Elk and what's the Golden Star?
Elk.
She was the Star, something Star. Right?
Morning Star.
Morning Star, right? She was-
Eastern Star.
wasn't it?
Eastern Star.
Eastern Star, right?
Yeah.
So she was an Elk and an Eastern Star, and she was a good Anglican. She was in the choir also. So she had a routine for her life. She had a routine for her life. And what threw a wrench in it was retirement. Now, they gave her a Rolex, right? She get a nice watch.
Still got it?
One of us Tifid, I don't know. Somebody Tifid, one of the cousins
In
wear it.
a family
When I say
named Marocco
Tifid,
Tifa.
when I say Tifid, we just wear it. She ain't got no wear. Somebody's wearing it, right?
Yeah.
And a big nugget ring, gold chain.
Where that is?
Big party for her.
Someone wearing that too?
I tried to take it, but my wrist was too big, right? So
Okay.
that thing was so fresh, right?
So meet me like that big gold ring.
Big gold
Solid.
bracelet. They wanted to show their love and appreciation for her, right? And I watch her when she first stopped working. She opened up a little shop. She had her own thing, right? She opened up a little shop out in the front. She built this 2-story thing out in the front. And upstairs, my aunt used to do nails. Downstairs, she had her own little shop. She used to try to be able to keep herself busy. So with the money she had, she said, let's go to Miami. She'd pick us up, right? We go to Miami, pick up things for the store, and come back home. She sell these things. She really is selling these things because the community we live in, Miss
You're
Merle,
giving them away, yeah.
Miss Merle, you could give me this, I can give you this back later.
Little credit thing. Uh-huh.
So, but this is how we live. Until her health, then she feel her knee couldn't move. She could feel her ankle. She had to sit down for a long time, but her voice was still good. So now where she was moving, she yelling, go over there and do that thing. And then like this, we call this the spirit of Betelco on her, right? Because she always will supervise everybody.
Oh yeah, she in charge.
She in charge, right? But I watched her for years sit down and deteriorate. And she wanted to be useful so bad that she thought of things to be able to contribute with her mind. And then she would call me or call one of my mummy them or somebody else to be able to enact these things, to bring these things to life for her. And everybody busy doing their own thing with their families. And we can't do this. And she sat in this space for a long time. And she said, I'm afraid to die. I told you this story before. She said, I'm afraid to die. My point to you, retirement without a plan has placed people in a position where they only kind of reminisce on the days that was, the good old days. You hear people say, the good old days. Perry Christie's life, just like Fred Mitchell, their life is dedicated to service, public service. Their life. They don't know themselves out of this. They don't. They only could remember the days of old when they were young men. They only could remember college. They don't know themselves and their value outside of the service that they've rendered to people forever. Now, the fear that they have as living men with vitality is that if this thing is taken away from me, I am going to die.
Yeah, my health is going to.
I'm not ready to die yet. I got to work. And as a result of that, Perry Christie, based upon the information I have, calls the office of the Prime Minister often. This is the information that I have. And the information that I have is a very clear understanding that he wants to be in part and involved in the day-to-day process of the one thing that keeps his blood pumping and running. And what is that? Politics.
Well, listen, I agree wholeheartedly with you. I just got a flash from some official got inside. They said that some 500 people that have already been retired have returned back to the public service. To me, that's just like...
That's a slap in the face.
What's going on?
For every administration, it's a slap in the face. We understand that you have your backroom deals. We understand that you have your affiliations, your relationships. We understand that you just like the former prime minister, he never even put before us, and this is not to diminish anything for Ace Newbold, but the prime minister never flaunted or came to the forefront of why he believed Ace Newbold was the person to be able to make the first the press secretary to the Bahamas. Right. You know what he said? He said, we went to school together. He's my classmate. You forget to say. Now, this is not to diminish Ace Newbold's capacity
ability or whatever.
ability.
Yeah.
But this is how he was presented to the Bahamian people, and every one of us accepted this. We accepted this kind of a posture and position. And so my point to you is that politicians go into politics with an idea to pull their people around. I can take care of you. Now, me and you've been friends forever. That's like if I get 60 years old and I finally get an opportunity to be able to get in politics, God, you're 10 years older than me. That means you can be 70. I can call you.
Okay, guess what? And I know you're familiar with this group, the Ramming Brothers.
I know them.
So when you pass, and when all your friends pass...
Who's going to feel the shoes?
Thank you very much, Howard Grant. See, I tell you sharp. Who can fill the shoes? We have not been even prepared to fill the shoes. So
Nobody can fill shoes because you haven't even given us an opportunity to be able to test our strength, our mind in these particular areas. Bahamians are going off to school, and even if they don't go off to school, they're garnering information from the internet on a day-to-day basis. They go into college and classes online. They're preparing themselves. They're skilled. They're qualified. They're capable. They're intellectual. They got insight. They got capability. They're forging relationships both locally and abroad. They're preparing themselves for leadership, and an opportunity never presents itself. Never.
So can I break something down quickly before you take your
Go
break?
ahead.
So we look at the Progressive Liberal Party, and we ask the same question: who's going to fill the shoes? We got Philip Brave Davis, who's been under the wings of Perry Gladstone Christie and Hubert Alexander Ingram for most of his career. We have Chester Cooper, who we've known to just be kind of new into the political.
If anything
world.
happened, Chester didn't get it. I must tell you.
But
I don't know if you wanted me to kind of
we can get to that.
To kind of
we can break this down.
for limbo and suspense. But if anything happens, Chester will be reminded of his tenure.
So we got him sitting there. We have Fred Mitchell, of course, who's learned. We have Glennis Hannah Martin, who has been in this all of her life. But when we flip over to the Free National Movement, who do we have? Howard Grant. Help me with this. We had Hubert Ingram who came in, and then who else is there?
You mean in terms of leadership in the organization?
Yeah.
Well, after they brought Hubert Ingram in, Hubert found himself in the position of being able to identify his successor.
Okay.
And so whoever Hubert say is what they're going with.
But is that person prepared?
There is preparation that exists within the confines of the Free National Movement.
Where?
Okay, watch me. Now hold on.
When you break it down.
Hold on. There are men and women in the Free National Movement who have been preparing themselves, just like the PLP or any other organization in this country, educated, exposed, and they are sharp enough to understand what's happening around them.
Currently in politics.
Currently, yeah.
Okay. Who?
Well, even if they're not in politics,
Who?
even if they're not in politics formally, they are around the FNM that they know what's happening.
Recognized for future leadership?
No, the only person is being recognized for future leadership is through the lens of Hubert Ingram. Why is he still living with us? Why is he still in the land of
so
living?
who's going to fill his shoes?
They're not worrying about that. After
You're not worrying?
I said they are not worrying about that. After Hubert Ingram passes, and this is nothing. I don't want to have this kind of a conversation to say to the man and dad, nothing like that.
No, we ain't talking about that.
But I'm saying to you,
But
in
we
the
all
event
will.
that Hubert Ingram doesn't have the capacity to be able to assist the way that he's doing that, the
Yeah.
FNM is going to again do what they've done all the time. And what have they done every single time, every dispensation? What have they done? Fight.
They fight.
They fight.
And they have to find somebody.
They fight. When there's no order, when there is no clear direction, when there is no vision, when there is no path for the FNM, they default to their posture and their position of a dissident organization, right? The people just call you and say, well, Howard, we were formed as a dissident organization. We have the spirit of dissidents in our, that's what the people tell me. We got the spirit of dissidents in our, I said, well, that sounds like Casper. I said, that's how.
You wouldn't be here today, Howard. It's only Wednesday,
I said, yeah, how you can tell me over 50 years you have the spirit of dissident still being able to float in the halls of the Free National Movement, and you haven't come to an understanding of being able to put your difference aside and move like your acronyms indicate and move forward.
So this is what I'm saying now. So you are in the public paper making complaints on social media that Perry Gladstone Christie is returning to the forefront. But you have not done anything within your organization to prove to
The
us.
FNM will do the exact same thing if there was an election called today.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't
They don't have
proven
no
to me
choice.
that you would do any different.
The FNM doesn't have a choice because of a lack of, and I don't want to put this on Michael Pintard.
Of course.
The body
No.
of the Free National Movement, those persons in strategic positions,
Yes.
the deputy leader, the chairman more specifically. In fact, if anything, this is on the chairman's shoulder. Y'all don't call me and cuss me out and say you're talking about doing
Well, they can
science.
call and cuss. That's
This is his responsibility.
This is truth, though.
This is his responsibility.
But this is truth.
And so in that
He
particular
said he's the
capacity,
CEO of the FNM, right?
this is his responsibility.
Okay.
He has to make sure that he identifies talent, that he pulls them in, that he prepares them, that he educates them, that he makes them to understand the next step that we're going to be able to take, that we could be able to do all these things. That's what his responsibility is.
So has he proven himself to be a great teacher?
Now, see, you're not going to get me to talk about Dwayne Sands today.
No, I ain't getting you to talk. I want to talk truth. I want to know if the organization has now been prepared to learn and to prepare itself
My point to
truthfully
you-
for leadership of this country.
My point to you is that as a result of the fact that no one has taken the helm, right? No one has taken this position and said, "You do this." This is just delegation.
This is what they talking
You
about.
do this. You do that. Oh, I know. I ain't shut up. This is what the organization requires. This is what we need of you at this particular time. If you're not able to do it, please step down from this seat, and we'll find someone capable of being able to do this.
This is what we need to
So
talk
get in
about.
line,
Yes.
right? So, because of the lack of delegation, if there was a snap election called right now, the FNM, as much as they talk about Perry Christie, will have to do the exact same thing and go find Dion Folks, go find Algernon Coggle, go find, and Algernon is my good friend, right? But these men and women who have served in the Free National Movement over the years, who are qualified, capable, and familiar, will have to take these posts. Because government, unlike what the COI would tell you, government is nothing to play with. You have to know on day one.
Yes, sir.
You have to know on day one.
Yes, sir.
Because the country have
You can't learn on the job.
Governments are continuous.
This ain't no on-the-job training
Governments are continuous.
Yeah.
On day one, you got to jam.
from day one.
From day one, you have to jam.
But you're supposed to jam.
Listen to me. If the FNM, right off the top, who you think would be the Ministry of Finance?
But hold on.
Hold on. Watch me.
Yeah,
And
but
then
it's
I
your
can take a break.
Yeah.
Let's do this. The FNM doesn't have anything set right now in motion to identify
So Michael
these
Pindar will
things.
be the Minister of Finance.
No.
If he's the leader.
No.
And the Prime Minister.
Okay, let's say by default, by tradition, he
Yes.
takes that position.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not his strong suit.
So
who?
Okay, so brave, strong food is finance?
No.
Okay, that's what you're talking about.
No. So who will take the position of becoming the Minister of Finance or the Minister of State for Finance if the event that the Free National Movement has to go
Out of the 7 people who are there now?
No. If there was a snap election today, and the FNM had to scramble to identify a team of 39 or 41, however much, right? However much, and as a result of being able to do that, they have to identify right now strategic people in various positions. Who will they identify who have proven themselves capable, articulate, insightful, understands the economy, understands these particular things, understands government right now? Who would the Free National Movement have to go back to?
Hubert Ingram.
No.
Who?
Shivago Lang. Shivago Lang has proven himself in these particular areas.
I ain't saying improving, but they going back to get Shivago.
I'm trying to tell you, because of their inability to be able to present a clean slate, fresh slate, men and women who are prepared and diving into preparation to step into government and work on day one. If they stood scrambling with 4 people in one constituency, they are going to do exactly what they condemned the PLP for doing and go back to men and women who would have served years before.
Why is Lying and call you today? You call his name. Oh, Lord.
No,
But
I speak highly
I didn't
about
say-
his capability.
I didn't say you didn't. I just we can have a conversation.
I speak highly of his capability.
In other words, how you know that?
Excuse me. Everyone who listening to me and him know that. Don't pretend with me.
I ain't pulling your strings no more on the show today. I can
Let's
let you
go.
take your break.
Let me take a quick telephone. Let me take a quick commercial break, guys. Going to be right back after this.
The foundation.
Then they're skying a new line of tile, the Sky series of porcelain. Comes in 4 colors, tones, and shades. There's Sky Noir, Sky Azure, Sky Glance, and this one, Sky Gris. Sky Gris, as you'd imagine, gives you a smoky kind of feel. It's not heavy and depressing, but gives the area a chill feeling. The Sky series comes in 2 formats, 24 by 24 at $5.30 a square foot, 12 by 24 at $5.25 a square foot. I really like this series for big spaces, and being porcelain, they can take a lot of traffic. The Sky series at Printer Tile.
Get to stacking up the flavor at Burger King Nassau with its new Stacker King lineup. It doesn't get any bigger, better, or meatier than the Stacker Kings, which feature bacon, cheese, and a delicious stacker sauce, all piled on as many flame-grilled Whopper patties as you can handle. For the chicken lovers, try the all-new Crispy Chicken Stacker, or pile your mornings high with a croissant stacker loaded with meat, cheese, and stacker sauce on a warm, flaky croissant. Don't miss out on the bold flavors of the Stacker King collection, available at Burger King Nassau.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert Battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Dominican Republic, destination for the team. When an all-expense paid trip for 2 by signing 3 or more money transfers to enter. What a deal. With Western Union, you get to see just how it feels. Yeah, esto está caliente. Te barinas, really hard to tell. Hola from the DR. Taking pictures for the gram just to show you we are. GK Money be the motion, papi mamacita. Go to Grace Kennedy, the team is ready to start because Dominican Republic, destination for the team. With an all-expense paid trip for 2 by signing 3 or more money transfers to enter. What a deal. With Western Union, you get to see just how it feels, yeah. To see just how it feels, yeah. With Western Union.
Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant in your company, the Foundation live and in full effect right here on this beautiful Wednesday, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Anywhere from the Family of Islands, 242-300, 5720. Or you can hit me up, 422-4796. I got a text just now. It says, Howard, Arinthia Koma-Laughing is the most qualified Minister of Finance. Look at the woman's credentials, man. This is a text is coming through. Yeah, but she's not proven herself in government. That's all I say. She's not proven herself from the capacity of leadership in a government role as yet. She hasn't. I'm not negating, I'm not downplaying, I'm not being able to dissuade or being able to speak with condescension on the capability of any of these men and women who have served, gone off to school, and prepared themselves for leadership. I am saying to you, if the FNM hasn't identified you, ratified you, pulled you in, take you through the ropes, make you to know these particular things, prepare you for an understanding, ask you to prepare yourself and contribute to the manifesto of what we need to be able to do. So now your mind is rolling with what government needs to be, and there is a snap election called today. They only could go with who they know.
Maybe the person is trying to hint to you that the FNM is now rebranding itself or basically breaking the mold and reconstructing, and they have her in mind for that particular role. Maybe that's just a hint. But
somebody texts and say, you God talking garbage. Okay, I'm not going to fight you. It says, Howard, you must hate this nation. Lang never had any real world experience, and I disagree with you.
I want to know what the garbage means.
I don't want to talk about Shivago Lang because he will give me a call today.
I know.
But I want to say to you that Shivago Lang has proven himself. He has. And he's at the University of the Bahamas. He's at these particular areas, and he's done a tremendous work. In fact, many of us, if we care to be honest with ourselves, we've learned a great deal about the economy and economics as a result of being able to only listen in to Shivago Lang.
Well, you know what, too, Howard Grant? Everybody, let me put this back in perspective of the garbage talk, right? For the last how many years have we been getting garbage? How long have we been speaking about this type of scenario? And what they came out with in 2021, a new day. So we were expecting the new day. 3.5 years later, the day ain't start yet, the sun ain't rise yet, but the new day's supposed to be here. Only now we're seeing a lot of local activity now coming from governance because we know that the election is near. It's not wise.
It's not authentic, though.
Yeah, but it's not wise.
It's just a bunch of busyness. There's no purpose associated.
So guess
and
what?
No objective.
Guess what I'm feeling from the Free National Movement supporters who may call it garbage. What I'm getting from you is the same vibes we got from the Progressive Liberal Party when they said the new day was coming. You want us to hope. You want us to believe that you are going to be different. Hold on, I'm just saying based on history.
There's a difference between what the PLP did in 2016 and what the Free National Movement did in 2017. And what the Free National Movement is doing now.
But people want you to believe.
No, the PLP, whatever consultants they had, whoever they brought together, I just have to get deep with this sometimes. I want to drive this home to people. The PLP know this country better than you give them credit for. They know the language. They know your appetite. They know your desires. They know your quiet desires. They know it because it existed. It has never shifted from your grandmother, your great-grandmother. They know this. For the 70 years that they were in place, they understand, and they are the ones pulling the political strings in this country for moving one direction or another. I told you before that every victory that we've seen, that the FNM has had from 2007, it had to do with the apparent dissolving of convictions and morals within the PLP. So they actually self-inflicted their own wounds. Every victory that we saw from the Free National Movement from 2007, 2012 for Hubert Ingram was as a result of an internal collapse
from
in the
2002
PLP.
to 2007.
Yeah,
Right.
as an internal collapse in the PLP. Lack of focus. Everyone was in their own various silos. There wasn't any unity. They always come back together at the last moment, but it's too late. Okay, the PLP self-inflicted wounds cost them the victory. And every time they pull that knife out, they heal up themselves and they come back stronger every single time. It is absolutely undeniable. They always defeat.
History says so.
Watch me. They always defeat the FNM. With their language, their posture, their preparation, the fact that they know these people, they go out there, every member of parliament, every single potential cabinet minister, they coming in your house, they showing you and they reminding you of the days of old. They are victorious every time. They defeat the Free National Movement. Now, statistics on the surface would say to you that the FNM, that the country's there's sort of a disenchantment with government is putting them in a position to vote against government. But the truth of the matter is, if you look at this, 2012, we voted for the PLP. We voted for the PLP. You understand me? That we believe in Bahamas still rings in my mind. That thing was too strong. It was too strong. It was strong. And they did nothing with that. This new day, they were prepared. This is all I'm saying to you. I said to you, when the bell rings short, snap election, the next morning, the city was yellow. The PLP are prepared. They just come and get it. The FNM is waiting for you to self-inflict. And it looks like with these things, all these allegations and all these potential indictments and all these things that are coming down will be the self-infliction that will cause the defeat of the PLP. But they fighting against that and they hemorrhaging.
They're already pulling the knife out.
They hemorrhaging, but they're starting to pull the knife out.
What you gonna do?
Now, I believe that they're gonna have to break this knife in them.
That's a little violent talk right there, Howard.
No, because if you take it out too much, the wound is too big, they can die. They have to break it in them. They have to endure and prepare themselves.
That's why you want to fire some people.
And the breaking is a snap election. Let's say the allegations are true about the potential of a quote unquote high-ranking
investigation and
a high-ranking member of parliament. Let's say hypothetically. Hypothetically, if this is any allegations that are being made,
the indictments
and you see the high-ranking authority is being made to come to the forefront, then the PLP have to ask this particular high-ranking a member of parliament, to be able to step down. That means that you have to go to a by-election. If you go to a by-election, it's a problem. It's a problem because you've not proven to us your strength of being able to eradicate the corruption that exists in your organization. So if these indictments come down, you have to go quick to an election and tell these people step down.
I like it.
You got to break the sword in you.
Let's take some calls, Howard. Let's see what they saying because you're talking strong. I got to cool you down in here. You see, I quiet over here.
Caller, go ahead.
Hey, hours, you don't let no one get a call in.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't fight me. Go ahead.
Yeah, man,
he
you
hot.
put some
Jesus
live chat, typing something, man.
No, he hot. That's why I tell
know
him.
you hot, but listen,
I had to cool him down and say, let's take one call so he can cool down. He hot, though. He hot in here.
Snap election call right now. After them got people who could come in right now and take and do what they have to do.
You say the same thing I say.
At the end of the day, the Constitution requires 3 solid ministers in there. Obviously, Attorney General, you got the Minister of Finance, who I feel will be either Kwesi Thompson, who been there, right? You don't call Chivago Line name. He was always prepared because he was always in the Foreign Service. But I think
I don't think that Michael Pintard would put Kwesi Thompson.
I understand, but I'm just saying.
In finance.
You're talking about who, if they're
prepared. He's talking about who's prepared.
Right, who's prepared.
The Free National Movement is an organization that's 50 years old. These men and women are prepared. Go ahead.
You're all saying the same thing, but he just wants to make his point. Go ahead.
Right, so I feel Komolafe is the most, you see her preparing herself and speaking and having the background and obviously finance and all that stuff. At the end of the day, you still have to have advisors like the PLP who have the fellow from CFIL as their advisors sitting and advisors. So you understand that government isn't run by ministers. The government is run by Simon Wilson and finance. And you have people who are running the government because when we roll over every 5 years, government don't stop operating.
Government's continuous.
You roll over too? You said when we roll over, you a roller too?
Everybody's rolling. The country's rolling.
Like that night,
I only teasing you, brother. I don't know if you're a roller.
I think you can roll over.
You can roll. Okay.
And I think they didn't hit a vital organ. And as much people like Brave Davis, I told people I really don't hear anybody talking so ill of him as a person, But it's just something going on around him.
So what vital organ they pass? Let me hear which organ this is.
Well, I think you can't breathe when you get that lung.
I think that's it.
2 lungs gone.
Well, well, I think this heavy. This is heavy.
I like the call.
This is heavy.
I like the call.
It's putting stuff on the ground, and then the F&M has to understand that the opportunities are here. They don't look attractive in social media at all. We don't know what they are doing. I think it's now time for them to present their plan and what they need to do and stay away from bashing.
He said everything I say, he said the same.
No, he ain't disagreeing with you. So my brother, let me ask you another question. Would you put Orinthia Komolafe in immigration?
I don't think, me personally, I don't think she's suited there.
She ain't got no international relations.
Her accountant background places her in your
immigration and accounting.
No.
Financial
What
services,
you do, counting the immigrants?
or right there, I think Shannon Cartwright will probably go to national security.
Who?
National security?
Who be national security?
Shannon
I think that's where he's going to go.
Shannon Cartwright?
Yeah, I think they'll put him there.
His uncle would say.
I think right now
we got to take steps, sir. Hold on. Shannon Don is my good friend. We got to take steps.
He'll probably take tourism.
The first step you got to take is winning St. Barnabas. That's the first step you got to take.
That's the same thing for everybody else.
But who tells you we get in St. Barnabas?
This is all I say to you. This is all I say to you. Let's have a real conversation. I gotta let you go. Bye.
Y'all ain't playing straight today, boy. Y'all ain't playing straight today. But anyhow,
hold on.
Take your next call. Be
3 minutes out. Be 3 minutes out.
Oh.
Now, the gentleman said something about Orinthia Komolafe, and or he said something about somebody being attractive in certain areas. I just watched this thing called Pop the Balloon and Find Love. I don't know if this kind of a thing has come on TikTok, right? They just have a bunch of men line up, handsome guys or whatever, and then they'll present a young lady who's single. And as soon as she walks out, the people who's standing up with a balloon, they're holding a inflated balloon in their hands. If they like her, just off the first instance, if they like how you look,
pop.
They keep the balloon. But if they don't like you, pop, pop, pop.
Oh, yeah?
They pop the balloon. This is hilarious. It's hilarious. I watch it, right? And you watch that, and then people just ask, so as soon as somebody pop the balloon, they take the young lady, and they say, well, why did you pop the balloon for her? So I think she's attractive, but, there's something off with her. I just don't like her shoes. I don't like her hair. She's just not for me. But you're a pretty person. This is what I'm just trying to get to you. I'm trying to get to you. The fact of the matter is that we know that people are attractive. but is this the right fit for us? Is this particular person the right fit for us?
That's the conversation.
The Free National Movement at this time, they cannot flirt with the idea of attractivity. They have to go with what they know. Strength that they've identified, strength that has been tested and proven, that strategically places people in a position so we could see productivity on day one.
The right fit. Gotcha.
Day one. Guys, that's a commercial break. I got to be able to take that, get to news, and be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Bahamas. Join Sherwin Gardner for the Find Me Here album launch on February 28th, 7 p.m. at Bahamas Harvest Church, JFK Plaza. Featuring from the USA, Kalante Gavin and Kateri B, and Positive from TNT. This will be one epic night full of blessings. Get tickets at a live events app or Bahamas Harvest Church and SherwinGardner.com. A blessing's gonna find you here. Powered by Alive.
Great news! Ron's Electric Motors' new location on Cowpen Road, right next to Island Luck, is open Saturdays and Sundays. So for those needing repairs on electric motors, generators, welding machines, water pumps, battery chargers, electric lifts, transformers, and power tools, Ron's Cowpen Road location can have you up and running on weekends. Don't forget, you can still visit Ron's Electric Motors on Wolf Road and Claridge Road, and now Ron's new location on Cowpen Road. Dial 356-0249 or 323-5267.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Just reminding you guys, on Monday, February 24th, we're going to be celebrating 242 Day, the 24th day of the second month. You're going to show your Bahamian pride, fly your Bahamian flags, wear Bahamian flag colors, eat Bahamian food, create and listen to Bahamian music, donate in sequence of 242. Do something in 242 times. And the merchants consider pricing items at $2.42 or $24.20. Let's have fun with it, guys. It's 242 Day. Let's celebrate that and collect. Also want you guys to remind you guys that there's a Victory Fest coming about, and we want you guys to be involved. The Bear of the Bahamas invites you to Victory Fest 2025. Join us Saturday, March 1st at Smuggler Square for an epic celebration of the 2024 Boxing Day and 2025 New Year's Day Junkanoo winners, the Saxon Superstars. The Junkanoo season may be over, but the celebration is just getting started. Enjoy music by Playhouse DJs, Lil Giant, DJ Tank, and performing live is Van Sean and D-Mac. Let's celebrate 4 straight with Junkanoo winners, Saxons Superstars. Ladies and gentlemen, the foundation, we're back here jamming the way that we do, sitting here with Garth Roseborough, being able to have good conversation about our country, where we are. And I hope some people don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. Don't convolute what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying to you, somebody sent me a text here. It says, that's not true, Howard. People voted against Ingram. Remember the roads dig up?
I remember.
Hold on.
I remember the roads.
Excuse me, let's just be very clear.
Tell me. You were here?
I was back and forward. This in 2012. I was back
you
and
was
forth.
back and forth, but you wasn't here.
No, I wasn't living here.
Okay.
I was back and forth.
Listening.
And the roads were horrible.
Yes, sir. Not only were they horrible.
The roads were absolutely horrible.
The small businessman who had an opportunity now to take his business to
Ethric
another
Bowe and
level,
all those persons
suffered.
Everybody suffered during this particular
I
time.
suffered too.
All right. But this was a strong decision that the government had made to be able to move in one direction or another. They didn't come and articulate, and they just say, wait, you'll see.
You know what it was?
And you remember when Hubert Ingram rode around a Jeep Cherokee, stood on the back of that and went to Bahama Boulevard and all those things to show you that this is what we envisioned, right? However, was it Gino D, when he made the song, Gino D, and I can't say Gino D was involved directly with this, but his participation in this song with such rhythm, right?
Wrote them big up.
In conjunction with the PLP's campaign, destroyed the Free National Movement. Because this is the same people you all claim that you love. They destroyed the Free National Movement.
You know what did it though? It wasn't the roads itself,
It was the campaign of the PLP push.
No, it wasn't that. You know what it was? Many of us were not working at the time. For some reason, right before the election, many people were out of jobs. Of course, businesses were closing down because of the road construction. And you not working and you seeing these South Americans all over the place digging up your road and making money too. And that ran a whole lot of people hot.
Look here, and it says, and they voted against Minnis. The dictator said the only 2 times in history the FNM lost the election. Your election analysis is faulty. All right? I disagree with this person.
I disagree with them.
Let me tell you right off the top.
I disagree.
I can tell you right off the top. I was at ZNS at the time. Okay? Remember what I tell you? I lost my job at ZNS. Well, I really lost my job. I left ZNS because they cut my hours, cut my pay, cut everything after I brought Michael Halkitis on. I brought Michael Halkitis on to have a conversation with him that actually spoke to how in the world, Michael Halkitis was not in government.
I remember that,
How in the world do you expect to cut VAT by 2% and with all the issues that we have in the country?
And you wasn't scared either.
But no, I had a very good conversation with Mike. Mike is my very good friend.
I used to sit with you on Carmichael Road, and then you went to ZNS, and then, I remember.
Right, no. I was from ZNS, and I go into Carmichael Road.
Oh, you went to Carmichael, okay.
Right, so listen now, watch me. This was in 2021, the beginning of it. This had to have been like January or something like that. And Michael had the blueprint for change in his hand. Nobody knew that there was going to be a snap election. Nobody knew anything. All my point to you is that the PLP was prepared. No matter who went on which station in the country at that time, every one of those participants, every one of those members of parliament, every one of those candidates spoke with one language. They knew that. This is something that happened within the confines of the PLP. They'd already gone to this position where they say they have aspirants, and they sold you so much people are to let you know that the PLP is not dead. That's what they did this for. I just to let you know the PLP is not dead. Everybody still want to be a part of the PLP. Now, we can put this out there. You could potentially become a member of parliament, but you got to go through this particular course, and we can call this an aspirant thing. You aspire to do these things.
I remember.
Right? Almost 400 people gone to this thing. And it automatically showed you, as an observer, that the PLP was not dead. That the PLP was not dead.
Far from it.
Far from dead. That people who were part of other organizations sat there holding their certificate, their aspirant certificate, and it did something to your psyche. I don't think you'll understand what I try and explain to you. The PLP plays psychological warfare when it comes to politics. And if you are so shallow that you don't understand it, that is why you get consumed and baked into the thing. You're folded into what the PLP presents. They play psychological warfare and remind you through nostalgia, through jobs, through nostalgia, through songs, through these particular reminders of the traditional concept and ideas of who you are and where you come from. They play psychological warfare on politics. And the PLP, the Bahamian people who don't have a plan, who are looking for their quote-unquote Black Moses to be able to lead them out of this, to give vision, to do something, they fall for this every time.
So what is this?
The PLP has won their elections against the Free National Movement.
So what over the 50-year time period you're speaking of, what is the psychological environment of the organization in royal opposition? Have they improved their game psychologically? Have they been able to connect to the citizens?
They
of
have
Bahamas?
done the Free National Movement for the most part, and this part here is for Michael Pintard. Okay?
I'm listening.
The Free National Movement for the most part, since 2002 to 2025. No, let me fix this. Since 1997, not 1992.
97 is the second time.
From the second time Ingram got in, from 1997, and this is Howard Grant's view.
Listening.
1997 to, save Minnes's era. The idea of leadership and the succession thereof, the path and the approach of how things are done, generally has gone the way Hubert Ingram desired it to go. Okay? If Hubert Ingram is sitting with you on a casual concept and a casual posture and saying to you, I tell you guys, don't worry, the PLP is going to mess up, right? If in a casual day, this is what he's saying, that means that this lives with him. This lives with him. You don't say things like that. You don't readily have these things available if this is not something that you believe. This is a conviction.
I see what you're saying.
And every time the Free National Movement approached and seek to be able to go towards leadership, they only had to wait for the self-infliction from the PLP. They waited for that.
This is powerful, Howard. I'll tell you why. I'm listening to
The
you.
PLP have destroyed themselves in this country and the perception thereof. You can't let somebody call you a thief and you never say nothing about it. The PLP, from 1987, from 1982.
The strengths that you're telling me about from 1997 to the time of Hubert Minnis coming in 2017, you're telling us that it's been the power and the influence of one Hubert Alexander Ingram, which I agree with. Now I fully understand. If the listeners don't understand, this is why Hubert Alexander Ingram has an issue with Hubert Alexander Minnis, because all that he would have attempted to do in terms of building the bridge to the future, in terms of succession planning, halted when Minnis took the helm.
No, I get deep with you.
What do you mean no?
No, let me tell you why. No.
It halted.
The only thing, based upon what we've identified, Tommy Turnquest was in the position in 2002. Okay? Tommy Turnquest was in the position
We can
of
fight on
leadership.
this one, but go ahead.
Tommy Turnquest was in the position of leadership in 2002 and was seeking an opportunity to be able to move towards some things, right? Because of the indoctrination that exists, that was given to the organization by Hubert Ingram, the only people who the party, subconsciously, I don't think that this is conscious for them.
I'm listening.
Subconsciously.
Fix it.
The only thing that the party could identify that true leadership could lend us to get us back to victory is if we bring back the visionary for the organization, bring back the person who gave us this sort of a blueprint for victory.
What year you're talking about?
And 2002, Tommy Turnquest didn't get it.
Oh, you
know
know
that
Tommy
2002, Tommy Turnquest didn't get it.
Yeah, okay. I follow you.
Okay.
Move forward. Move forward.
And 2007, who came back? Hubert Ingram.
Okay, and move forward.
So the only person who can identify victory for he never identified victory. There wasn't a succession plan for the FNM. This was a succession plan and a path for Hubert Ingram.
Okay, so in 2017.
So Minnis had to cut him off, or else Minnis would have lost
I just said to you, Minnis was the blockhead.
Minnis had to cut him off.
This is what I just said.
Because the vision that he had wasn't a vision for the party, it was a vision for Hubert Ingram.
Oh, God. That's what I just said, Howard. I just told you that.
He had to cut him off.
That's why I wanted you to get to 2017.
He didn't do it properly. He didn't do it with grace.
That's what I'm saying to you.
And
Pintard doing the same thing to Minnis that Minnis did to Hubert Ingram.
No, watch me. Minnis didn't do it with grace, like Brave Davis is seeking to do now with Perry Christie.
Okay, then good. And Michael Pintard is not doing it either.
You don't know I should be decent.
I trying to tell you what I trying to tell you, but you agreeing with me, so I ain't gonna fight you. It's your show.
Minnis didn't do it with grace. He was abrupt. He was curt. He was sharp. He was condescending. He was a totalitarian. He didn't understand the grace associated
Listen
with
to
this.
me, Howard Grant.
And that posture translated to every subsector that he spoke to. When he spoke to the media, when he spoke to the people, there's sort of an idea of the competent authority. This condescension existed with him because he didn't understand political grace. He's not a statesman.
So, Howard Grant, this is what I'm saying to you. If you, as a leader today, cannot recognize the historical pitfall that brought defeat in the past, you practicing the same, someone earlier texted and say garbage, which you practiced yesterday, you expect to win today? That same grace, that same finesse, that same diplomacy you're speaking about, you don't cut off your neck to save your life.
Watch me.
I'm just saying
I
these
just
things.
laid the blueprint for you. Not the PLP blueprint.
You nailing the blueprint?
I just laid out for you.
Oh, you
I
laid
make
it
you
out.
Understand.
Oh, I thought you was nailing.
No. I just make you to understand something. The concept and idea that found success for, now you have to keep in mind, right? You have to keep in mind that the country was desperate for a different leader in
When?
1992.
Yes, they were.
They were desperate.
Yeah.
They wanted to see a country that was progressive, that had ideas, that they wanted to see a different leader. 25 years was a long time. They were desperate. After they won in 1992, the country had already tasted the fact that we could change leaders. We possibly can do this again. The only reason, and Hubert Ingram is good at this, the only reason they retained Hubert Ingram in 1997, he had a strong slate. He had a strong slate of young people, right? And he came with transparency. Literally, he said, this is a matter of trust and we can get better. He came to the Bahamian people, the same thing that Perry Christie did in 2012, with transparency. He said, give me another chance. I have some great ideas. If you afford me one more opportunity, I would show you this.
Now you can cause me go deep on you.
And Hubert Ingram won in 1997. He did not win in 2002.
You know what the simple truth was about the 92 election and 97? You got to go down to the foundation, Howard Grant. The people of the Bahamas never really had a problem with, in quote, the Progressive Liberal Party as an institution. The problem, the Progressive Liberal Party was this party of liberty, freedom, new ideas, the new ability to get to higher heights to shatter the glass ceiling. You yourself remembered what you call the Magic City years, the years of the drug trafficking and the drug trade and the good living. But we were hearing stories about all these people who were alleged in the Progressive Liberal Party to be corrupt and involved in all this high trafficking and Leader and Norman's Key and all this other talk. You getting, and we ain't getting, because remember there was a recession around that time too. You getting. And we wasn't getting.
Recession in...
Bahamian people could get petty fast.
In 80s? In the 80s?
In the 90s. By the time we reached the 90s, we was ready for this change. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, there wasn't a recession in the 90s.
No. It was in the 80s. But I'm saying to you, by the time we got to 92, we were ready for the change.
When the crack cocaine or the coke hit the road, it wasn't on recession. Maybe on paper. Maybe because they couldn't translate this cocaine money into a form of position.
But guess what? You had it and I had it. You had it.
Because you wasn't willing to do what I was willing to do.
You know, Bezedness was hitting it hard. Oh, all these people making all this money. We talking millions of dollars going through this country and I ain't get mine. Everybody, even me, we was into 300ZX, 280ZX. We was into Ninja motorbike. We was into anything would look good, big time. Split level house going up overnight, 2-story house going up overnight, and I ain't get mine. What do you think this is, old boy? The same thing happening now, right now with the PLP.
So you saying
the people ain't mad?
Led to a demise.
These
of the PLP.
people ain't mad at the PLP right now for no corruption. They mad because they ain't getting piece of this pie. And listen to me, I'm a fisherman. God live it in heaven above. Listen to me. I have a boat, Howard Grant. I have a 25-foot Mako with a 200 engine on the back. Every time I go fishing, I got to be careful what I put on my boat. The gentleman one time was on my boat. He said, Garth, let me ask you a question. This your boat? I said, yes, sir. He said, you're the captain? I said, yes, sir. He said, so we go out fishing now and you see some things floating, what you can do? I said, that ain't coming on my boat. Everyone look at me at the same time like, oh, that ain't coming on the boat. You know what I mean?
You might be left in the sea.
They leaving you out there because they're coming home. The average Christian Bahamian who love Jesus, if they see opportunity, they got to ask forgiveness for that later. But I got to go home. These people ain't worried about no corruption. America's concerned about our corruption.
God can forgive me later.
What are they trying to say? All this talk about corruption, and what are they trying to put on us? The behemoths don't care. We've been corrupt a long time. Pirates,
this is my point.
buccaneers, bootlegging, drug trafficking, human smuggling. These things been happening for centuries.
See,
ain't nobody have no problem with that. The preachers in our country are some of the biggest thieves, taking money from you every Sunday and promising you. You didn't read that article where the two people were selling gold tickets in heaven. Selling it for $99 a piece. The man had
to get to heaven?
Yeah,
That's cheap.
He had $10,000 in his house.
It cost Beyonce concert cost more than that.
With drugs and a baby alligator. People buying the tickets
to go to heaven.
Yes, sir.
This sound like Wonka land. Gold tickets.
That's right. He said he only
Willy Wonka.
He wanted the money to ask Stevie, the alien, to take him to his planet where it's full of drugs. But this nigga making, I didn't say nigga, sorry for the word, $99 for a gold ticket to go to heaven.
No, I see, but all I'm saying to you...
He ain't no different than preachers.
All I'm saying to you is this.
We ain't got no problem with preachers and with crooks and robbers and corruption and drug trafficking. All of us got family members who's a drug trafficker. All of us, every last one of us, know somebody who could traffic drugs or sell weed. Man, all in your neighborhood, they selling drugs. So what you trying to tell God? We ain't mad at you.
They petty criminals.
We only want to know where ours is. Where's mine?
But this is what I'm saying to you, just to be able to bring it home before we go take a commercial. And the lines are wide open. If you want to be able to give us a call, you can do so. Just to be able to bring it home to you. You see, a lot of us condemn Hubert Minnis for what he has done.
Yes.
A lot of us condemn. We levy significant condemnation against what Hubert Minnis has done.
And that's a show in itself.
Right? And like I said to you, he lacked grace and the statesman-like posture.
Yes.
He doesn't understand what it means to be a politician. I don't know whether or not he's even learned. I don't know.
But he's a physician, though.
Right? Yeah, and that's the only thing that gave him grace with us. But no one could stomach the condescension.
So what Michael Pindar is? What's his profession?
Hold on, I'm trying to get somewhere with you. Hold on, wait.
I try to tease you.
Wait. Michael Pintard is a politician. He's been doing this thing for a very long time.
That's all he know?
No. He's done this for a very long time.
But that's all he does?
He understands how to be able to speak and when to speak. Minnis has never shown you that grace.
But I know when to speak and how to speak.
Minnis has never shown you that. Now let's be clear about something. Minnis only found victory after he separated himself from Hubert Ingram. Now, he needed Hubert Ingram.
No, revoice. He only found victory when he separated?
He only found victory. Watch me.
He wasn't selected.
He separated himself from Hubert Ingram.
Afterwards?
Watch me. When Hubert Ingram identified him, he took on this kind of position, then he jump up, he say, the Ingram era is over. He did everything he could. He had trials and tribulation. He had hell. And 3 weeks before the election, they did whatever they could do to pull Hubert Ingram back on the stage.
They use him.
Right.
Yeah. The Ark of the
I don't think Ingram understood that he was being used.
No, he didn't. But he didn't look sad either.
I don't. Well, he
didn't look sad either. He didn't look sad afterwards either.
Yeah, because if it was Howard, I knew it for free.
I say that. I just say he didn't look sad. He didn't look sad. I
just let you know. I just let you know.
Uh-huh.
Now watch me. The victory that Hubert Minnis had was a clear separation from Hubert Ingram.
The blockade. Yes.
Now he knew, because this is manipulation.
I love it.
This is manipulation.
You're talking good.
At the hilt.
You're talking good.
He manipulated Hubert Ingram.
Yes.
Pull Hubert Ingram back.
Yes.
Into the fold for a time and a half, and then he shut him out the door again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To show strength of independence. Yes.
Now, this is the difficulty that Hubert Ingram has. Hubert Minnis has.
Listen.
He could never find that again. He could never find that grace and access into the Free National Movement for leadership again.
You know why? Because all the people who are in this cabinet and in this party were more loyal to Ingram than
they will
loyal to him.
always be more loyal
That's
to
what
Ingram.
I tried to tell you. He was a lone soldier.
They will always be more loyal to Ingram.
He was trying to take that loyalty from Ingram for himself.
He tried to build a base in the organization similar to how Ronald Reagan had his own base with the Reaganites. He knew that there existed in the organization Ingramites. Right? And the Ingramites that existed in the Free National Movement, they're not just there because they supported Ingram. They were actually liberated and elevated in this country as a result of the support
the Free National Movement, yes.
Of the Free National Movement and Hubert Ingram.
Yes.
They will never, ever forget this man, ever.
So guess what? Now that Michael Pintard...
What Ingram did for these people in the 90s, and the early 2000s, and the opportunities that he's afforded these particular people to send their children off to school, to be able to find themselves in a different economic bracket, so forth and so on, to be recognized and identified for the talent that they've been mining and developing for all this time. These people could never forget Hubert Ingram for that.
So how you in trouble now?
Now I can tell you one thing.
You in trouble.
Ministers forgot that Hubert Ingram is still alive.
Yeah, but you in trouble. You in trouble.
And he go on to the election thinking that he can beat Michael Pintard. He thinking he can beat Michael Pintard in the election.
So you step in.
And Ingram say, let's do this quick, let's do this early, let's get it done.
So what's the reward now for Michael Pintard? Because now he used Ingram to get to where he is, but where's his base?
Michael Pintard have to be able to understand the statesman posture that he must take between what Minnis has done and the necessity to being able to be a man independently, individually, and a leader, and not necessarily be led.
But he can't leave Ingram out. He can't leave Ingram out.
No, so you find a position in urban renewal to give.
I know you was going there. I know you was going there.
Let's be decent. Let me take a quick commercial break, guys. I'll be right back after this.
The foundation. The foundation.
The Foundation with Howard Grant. We'll be back right after this.
The foundation. The foundation.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Now let me see now. 326 ETIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert Battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 Epic. We ship also to the Family Island.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back at 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company. The lines are open, guys. If you want to be able to contribute to the conversation, let's do so. And Jam, today, we're just talking and being able to do these things. So somebody texts and say, Minnis speaks so poorly, bad grammar, and can only make a speech if it is written for him. I don't think that this is neither here nor there. That is your, like how you surmise it. That's your, evaluation of it. That didn't have nothing to do with nothing. I watch some men in this country with heavy tongue. And they talk in a certain manner, elevated to a significant position in this country.
Brother Davis just learned.
And they tell me about men who have elevated significantly in this country, who have taken on the position
You sound like a person.
to get speech therapy.
Yeah, you know.
And prepare themselves for that. Ain't nobody care about delivery. They care about the fact that they've had these particular things.
You know, women.
Right? So
the women and the women and
Sister Howard, you don't know Ingram. Manipulate Hubert Ingram. He says, you don't know Ingram. Manipulate Hubert Ingram, question mark. Someone tell me that they see grown men shake in front of Ingram. It says, I remember Juan McCartney on the Revolution saying that basically we can't let these people have another term. It was a cry to the country. It says it was a cry to the country because nobody had faith in Minnis. Nobody, Howard, nobody. Ingram could have spoken up at any point to give a vote of confidence. He did not. He waited till the last minute. Minnis only wish he had the brain to manipulate Ingram. I'm sorry. I am absolutely sorry. Relentlessly apologize to you if you didn't read the room. Hubert Ingram was manipulated.
Yes, he was.
He allowed his ego to go before him and his tenure in politics. And when he especially the fact that he has presented Minnis with this opportunity, there was an expectation, whether subtle or pronounced, that Minnis would accept him into the fold. And because this is how it's been all the time.
So when Minnis said the Ingram era is over,
no one
expected that.
I don't know what exists in Minnis' heart.
Yeah.
None of us know what in this man's heart.
Yeah, no one expected that.
We only saw it after we gave him an opportunity.
And we saw when former prime ministers, Perry Gladstone Christie and Hubert Alexander Ingram was in the helicopter in Abaco, and Minnis say, no, I need your help.
Right off the top.
I need your help.
And they carry a couple coolers of water, ride around, and then they did a press conference and say, well, I tried to reach out to Minnis, and my God, and blah, blah, right down to when he gave Minnis the book.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, the man used to come to me all the time. We were good friends. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me a man who carries this with him, a man of Ingram's posture and political fortitude in this country, what he has done in this country, for this country, as a result of this country.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have to talk about this all this time.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't stopped talking about that for 4.5 years.
Yeah, but he was waiting for Minnis. He was waiting for Minnis.
And as soon as he had a chance to be able to take the snake head off,
whap, that's it. He had the machete.
He said, let's do it quick. Let's do it early.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that red phone, what Lyndon Pindle used to talk about, that special red phone with a special ring, went out and caused Michael Pintard to win 3-1.
Okay, now.
They mash up Minnis.
Let me fix this now, Howard Grant.
And that's why I don't understand why Minnis don't stay and stay out of politics, gracefully bow out. But he has already shown us that he doesn't have grace.
Well, okay, guess
he
what?
doesn't understand how this thing is played.
No, you wouldn't understand.
He is defiant.
No, you wouldn't understand.
And as a result of defiance, death has come before destruction.
Listen to me, though, boy. I telling you, you spoke about the stake in the heart for the Progressive Liberal Party. You spoke about, you can't pull it all the way out because you got to put your gauze and everything, and
you can't take that out. You can bleed to death.
You can bleed to death. And then you got a call during the break that said, boy, how are you so right? And we all had a deep conversation about that. Now I want to say this to you. Hubert Alexander Minnis wants to be the stake in the heart of the Free National Movement against Michael C. Pintard and Hubert Alexander Ingram.
That's what the
ambition is.
That's not
because
happen.
He feels as long as he's not in there,
he's not a statesman.
He's saying the Afrim is bleeding.
Listen to me.
But he's saying the Afrim is bleeding.
If he decides that if I can't have it, nobody can have it, they need to get rid of him now.
They scared.
How they can be scared to get rid of this man?
Why didn't you do it yet then?
How you could sit in the party and decide and sit down and manipulate and try to craft to destroy an organization that's 50 years old, that have committed themselves to significant liberation in this country, that has afforded people the opportunity to be able to grow and expand, and you can sit down and let one man deal with you?
Yes.
Get rid of this man.
Yes. They can't get rid of him.
And stop being soft.
They can't get rid of him.
See, because I tell you, everybody won't be graceful. They won't be statesmen. They won't be all these things. But Hubert Minnis don't understand that grace.
I telling you,
can't get rid of him.
If they didn't get rid of Hubert Alexander Minnis from day one when he became a threat, then they took too long.
Listen to me.
They take too long.
When the Labour Party was there.
You can't do it now.
When the Labour Party was there. When Bernard Nordich Party was there. CDR?
Yeah, CDR.
Right? When who the other parties were doing well?
DNA.
The DNA was there. Well, the DNA couldn't win because they were just...
But there was a split.
It was just
But there was a split.
Yeah, there was a significant
because
split,
that was during the time of the Free
They did
National
well.
Movement, and they pulled away from a lot of Free National Movement supporters. They did.
Who party? When Omar Smith and Cassius them
And
was
they-
there.
they ain't never
When
affect nothing.
None of these parties made no significant political move on the Richter scale in this country. None. Even if the DNA did a blimp, just a blip, just a little
It was
blip,
enough.
blip,
It was enough.
just a little blip.
But it was
blip.
enough.
The blip was only able to move Hubert Ingram.
Yes, but it was enough.
But the blip was not able to eradicate the Free National Movement.
No, but you only wanted the leader.
The Free National Movement stood as a party that was formed in dissidents, that actually had a dissident aid, that formed an organization, that went through all they went through, tribulation, year after year, they stuck with it. And finally, after they made modification, no matter the internal working and the issues associated with that, when they put Hubert Ingram in the position of power and leadership for the organization, they found victory.
So
They
Hubert,
found victory.
Hubert Ingram during the time of
You
the,
think I can let one man come deal with this?
But I trying to show how petty this is, Howard Grant. During the time when we was digging up the road, and Bramble McCartney was removed as the Minister of Immigration, he say, park the car. He say, park the car, right? Ingram said in the House of Assembly, if you don't get it, if I don't get it, then you can get it, right?
That's because that's his political ego
Watch this
got
though.
before him.
But in Branville's mind, if I ain't gonna get it, you Ingram, you gone. You ain't gonna get it either.
Yeah, because they don't know that the next generation of leaders in this country didn't have this kind of allegiance to former leadership.
So I'm saying to you, Hubert Alexander, minister, saying the same thing to Michael C. Pendard. If I ain't get it, then I can make sure you don't get it. This is the petty politics of the Bahamas.
No, I don't think that that's what Hubert.
Oh, you don't think that?
Okay,
You thinking now?
So watch me. Let's just.
You
be very
thinking?
clear. Let's be very clear.
He's still sitting there in Kalani. He's willing to run. The people say he's willing to run independent if he has to. What you run independent for if you're a Free National Movement member then?
Because let's be very clear.
Make it clear.
And they could eradicate him off this thing.
And do what?
They could eradicate him.
Oh, so you eradicate him?
You put Loretta Turner, Loretta, I don't call her name. You put Loretta
She the
Butler for
PLP camp.
You put for the PLP. Let's say hypothetically, y'all just get mad with me when I call Loretta name. But let's say hypothetically, you put Loretta name in Kalani, right? You put Loretta name. You put him right under Minnis. Now Minnis' claim to fame and his posture is not his articulation, not his history, is his money.
Why you sound like a chairman?
Right?
They called you bishop yesterday, now you're chairman.
No,
Go ahead.
Let's just be very clear.
He's a wicked boy. God.
I like
You put Loretta in Kalani.
Who ran last time? Ron
Where? Duncombe?
in Kalani.
Duncombe?
Duncombe, right?
Uh-huh.
I like him. I know his wife, I know him. They're good.
We have some pretty bus and stuff.
Oh, they got some good stuff. But I'm trying to be able to show you something.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take more than this kind of enthusiasm and this push to win Kalani.
It would.
I spoke to you about the nature of a constituency. I spoke to you about the mindset associated with this constituency. I spoke to you about the aspirations that's trapped within the confines of a constituency. The people of Kalani are progressive people. And the only reason Minnis has been able to find significant success outside of his team, keep pushing for these things, is because he presents himself as a quote-unquote progressive. He's financially stable. He's on his own. He's developing himself. Yeah, man, we could go with this guy.
But doesn't his influence go outside of Kalani?
It doesn't matter whether or not to win Kalani, it don't matter where your influence
I'm saying
goes.
his influence outside of Kalani could also weaken other constituencies in terms of battling against
Never.
PLP.
Never.
What you mean never? And you
Never.
had branches that actually dismantled in order to say they follow in minutes.
That wasn't an influence of constituency. That was influence on an individual. That was nothing to do with a constituency. That's relationship for an individual. That had nothing to do with the constituency, because if you dive deep into that, for the amount of people who vote for the Free National Movement in a particular constituency that says we don't want nothing to do with Hubert Minnis, we don't want nothing to do with this particular person, it doesn't matter what the constituency heads say. Just like the council of the Free National Movement, if they decide to dismantle that, they get to the objective, they got to do what they got to do. They got to do what they got to do.
Okay.
Now let's be clear. Let me dive through this point. Because Hubert Minnis presents himself financially capable, articulate, insightful, and he has this sort of a relationship with the community that he's found himself in victory. Mm-hmm. He had to do no heavy campaigning. He's found himself in victory. Mm-hmm. This man is successful. This is what I want my children to be able to be. This is what our aspirations are. Yeah, we get in with this particular man. Let's just shoot straight.
I listen, man.
You have to combat that with someone who has a particular ilk. Mm-hmm. And you do that with Loretta. So, Watch me.
You think they'll be listening?
Watch me. You put Loretta in Kalani. Hypothetically, this is hypothetical. Y'all don't get mad and don't text me and run on the stupidness. Hypothetically, you put Loretta in Kalani for the PLP ticket, and then you ratify Dr. Dwayne Sands in Kalani. You mash him up.
Hey, hold on.
You mash him up.
Howard Grant, you got
mash him
Howard
up.
Grant,
and he will never see the light of day in politics again, because Dwayne Sands has influence. He has a particular ilk. Loretta has influence. She has a particular ilk. You cover all bases and you smush. That means he have to spend significant money if he seeks to win that particular that particular seat.
Howard Grant, you causing a whole lot of havoc.
I just telling you what my mind is telling me.
These people listening to you, you know.
I ain't telling you what my mind is telling me. If you want crush, listen, you have to put 2 elephants there. Quote unquote, these proverbial elephants. These are traditional and community elephants. We know these people. We know their family. We know where they come from. They've shown themselves successful. They're capable of doing this. They pair well. Right? Like a good wine with a particular type of meat, like a good wine with a particular, with this charcuterie board. You have to pair well with these people that exist in this place. You can't give me bear with these kind of things. I don't want that. So you need to pair these people in a particular manner where it complements each other. Loretta complements the aspirations of Kalani people. Dwayne Sands complements the aspirations of Kalani people. Dr. Dominguez complements the aspirations. However, if Dr. Dominguez finds himself in an independent position, he now has to fight financially to get up to par with these particular people.
And boy, Dr. Dwayne Sands, if you're listening, you just got the hint. This is going to be a very interesting election.
I'm not saying that they're going to do that. I'm saying that I would eradicate even the voice of Hubert Alexander Menes if he seeks to destroy the Free National Movement. This is what Howard Grant would do. This is only for the purposes of conversation, like they say on YouTube. None of this is true. All is for entertainment. Right? Okay. None of this is true. All of this is for entertainment, right? But this is the conversation that we're having today.
No, Howard Grant, let me say this to you. And you got to be truthful to me. Here we are sitting on this microphone. And for the time that you've allowed me on with you, and I thank you once again for all opportunities, these people have reflected that they have been listening to the foundation here at Guardian Radio. I personally would not be surprised if, based on the listening today, that they follow suit and make every attempt to counteract what's now taking place. I wouldn't be surprised. We have called by-elections. We have called situations to the forefront. And at current, Howard Grant, I believe that you're still on track.
Listen, I don't claim nothing, you know. This is not a claim for nothing, and I'm not looking for nothing from nobody. I'm a lover of this thing, okay? Mm-hmm. If anybody seeks to be able to destroy the Progressive Liberal Party, I believe that the Progressive Liberal Party should do the exact same thing. You cannot destroy an organization. Now, this is a concept and idea. And producer, let me go to a quick commercial break. But this is the concept and idea of this kind of a concept that I said to you. I said this to you, that for us to be able to play ball and for me to be able to set order on the basketball court, I can't call plays from the sideline. You and I are sitting on the sideline now, and we could see everything on the court.
Very well.
Right? We could see everything on the court.
We had the 50-yard line.
Yeah, we could see everything, right?
I got you.
I could anticipate certain plays. I could see some things. I could be able to hear some things, and I ingested information. But for us to be able to reform the way that we want, for people to reform, they have to get involved in the organization. I don't think you should go in the organization to destroy it, but I believe that you should carry your influence, your convictions, your position in there, and be able to shift to get the organization back on track. You understand what I'm saying? But if you wish to get in the organization to destroy it, then, listen, death goes before dishonor. And the organization will not see dishonor. So somebody got to go politically. You got to be mash up. It's just how I feel.
You got to mash.
You got to be able to be, somebody got to take you out. Quick commercial break. Going to be right back after this.
Foundation.
The Foundation will be back right after this.
The foundation. The foundation.
Attention Marco's Pizza lovers in Freeport and to our Cable Beach customers. We have heard you. Marco's $10 carry-out, one large, one topping pizza is now available at all locations. That's right. Whether you live out east, west, central, south, or in Freeport, Marco's has you covered. Call in or order online and pick up in restaurant today. Marco's is getting bigger and better by the moment. This unbeatable deal is available for a limited time only.
Fall in love with your water service this February with the Water and Sewage Corporation Sweet Savings Campaign. Pay your bill in full on or before the due date. Complete the entry form and we'll sweeten the deal with a 5% discount on your next bill. That's right, save some sweet cash just by keeping your account current. It's simple, it's easy, and it's our way of saying thank you for being a valued customer. Don't miss out. Offer runs from February 1st to the 28th. Show your water service some love and enjoy the savings that come with it. Visit our website at wsc.com.bs today to learn more. Pay in full, save more. It's that simple with Sweet Savings. The Water and Sewage Corporation, refreshing your life with sweet savings this Valentine's Day.
On Saturday, February 22nd, 2025 at 7 p.m., the Bahamar Convention Center will set the stage for an unforgettable celebration of 25 years of giving back and supporting healthcare education in the Bahamas. Experience a night of excitement with exquisite fine dining, captivating live entertainment, and an inspiring atmosphere as we come together to celebrate and shape a brighter, healthier future. Tickets are available now. Reserve your spot today by emailing dhfoundation@doctorshosp.com or calling 242-302-4640. Sponsorship opportunities are also available to show your support for this important cause. The Doctors Hospital Maya Rassin Foundation. 25 years of transforming healthcare and building a legacy. Don't miss this special celebration.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. 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 The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9. Let me read a couple of these texts and see exactly what's going on out here. Says, I remember a Candia interview with Ingram. Ingram gave that belly laugh and say you could only offer advice to someone who have to listen. And someone have to listen. This is a text that's coming through. It says, loving your show, Howard, as usual, and your co-host, Garth. Y'all keep talking and hinting about a future indictment likely coming from New York or wherever from a high-ranking politician. You realize that both the PLP and the FNM may have some corrupt politicians. Oh, absolutely, right? It says sitting right next to the good ones. It says the series of investigation that result in the indictment of former police and defense force officers men began months before September 2021. Before the Bahamas general election in 2021. Pause. Think which Bahamian political party was in office in 2020 and 2021. Now, which party may the high-ranking politicians belong to? Listen, the FNM doesn't have that fear and phobia, that idea of not being able to find victory as a result of this indictment.
Yeah, they
hypothetically, whoever this particular person is, hypothetically, all you just don't do is put them on the roster. Don't put them to the forefront. Don't put them on the roster. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's it, right? However, the PLP now holds the bag. They have the victory. They are in the seat. And the issue that they have, if this alleged or, this politician, based upon the allegations or speculations, comes out of the belly of the organization and is a high-ranking politician actively in this country.
Of course.
Actively.
Of course.
Actively.
I got you.
The PLP has a major issue.
Yeah, but not a major issue that they cannot solve.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. The PLP then break the wound and then wrap it up with gauze. They are coming to win. And if they have to limp to the finish line, they will do that.
You know, I like what you said, Howard Grant. Let me put this out there. And I said it, coming here today to the studio. I praise the Almighty Creator today that violence is down in the country. Did you notice that? Since talks of indictments and threatenings of individuals in terms of possibilities may exist for such.
People scared that the Black Hawk coming for them.
So now it's like everything's shutting down. You ain't hear about no bunch of violence, no bunch of shooting. They had a suicide. My condolences to the family. I think it was happening in Grand Bahama. They found him on the side of the road. People are depressed in this country. They're looking for relief. They're looking for solutions. But there's been no party that has been able to solve the social ills of this country. What Howard Grant is speaking about today, in all of our conversating today, and this is what I get from Howard Grant, we need people in the House of Assembly, especially leaders, who are prepared to do their job. And he's saying that if you're not prepared to do your job, if you're only in it for yourself, fire yourself, or the leader need to fire the team. Because right now we've had too much of this. People are tired, people are depressed, and we need solutions today.
Every time you see there is a lack of a victory in the Free National Movement, or they feel as though there's something going contrary to what their objectives are, their ideas, no matter what they push out there, they feel like something going contrary, there is a soft murmur that appears, right? Almost like the emboldening of a vapor, right? That says, well, Hubert Ingram is a PLP and EL.
Yeah, never change.
Every single time. Yeah. Every time that the Free National Movement cannot find their victory that they pursue, they would always come back to the forefront and say, well, Hubert Ingram
is a PLP.
It's a PLP, right?
Yeah.
Never dealing with the infractions that exist in there, never dealing with the lack of unity, never dealing with the lack of vision, never dealing with anything. They always try to find somebody to blame, right? And this is for the most part. I'm not talking about those people who have high intellect and understand some things. I'm just talking about the general concept that kind of billows out of the organization as a result of what happens. But if you look at the makeup, like I said to you, if you just follow it, and this is not to be able to lend anything condescending about Hubert Ingram, who's done great for this country, but the truth of the matter is that just like Perry Christie being able to tout the sort of a concept and idea that he's the brainchild for urban renewal, and never giving any accolades or concepts or ideas or being able to give any kind of kudos to Desiree Cox, Dr. Desiree Cox, as this is what we're finding out, that she brought it to the forefront.
I'm awaiting that interview with her.
I want to be able to, I'm waiting to talk to her. I spoke with her mother, right? Just as Perry Christie takes on this kind of a posture, and he's proud to say to you that this thing that's doing good for the country, I did that. Hubert Ingram, the political ego that exists in this country, is very. It's like a sponge. It absorbs this glory, this praise.
Yeah.
And because they are like the political SpongeBob, they seek to absorb the praise and the glory and the recognition for things that happen. Okay. Free National Movement, for the most part. The victories that they had from 1992 to now, the very first person at the forefront of those victories is Hubert Alexander Ingram.
Yes.
Okay? And there is no mechanism that shifted to ensure that this enlightenment of how to be able to get to victory is given to the organization as a strategy or a quote-unquote blueprint. Okay? No pun intended. Right? This strategy was never delivered to the organization as a template to move forward. It always existed only
to move the person.
It only existed with Hubert Ingram.
That's it. Well, Howard, I want to thank you once again for bringing me on the show. I just want to say to you that as a transition in urban renewal to a new directorship or influence. I know you have a foundation, the Help Howard Foundation. Did you see the story with the young man who got stuck in his eye with a pencil?
No, I didn't see that.
There's a young man, last name Cash. He attends a Columbus primary school. He got this injury sometime last year, October or so. He has not yet gotten any resolve. They've reached out to the school. They've reached out to the government, social services, etc. No assistance as yet. He's losing his sight, and he's at the point of suicide.
Really?
He needs help. So I just
Send
want
me the story. Let me read the story and see if I can reach out.
I want to.
I know.
I know.
I haven't reached
but
out to
if you
anybody
are
for
familiar
finances.
with Columbus Primary, you're familiar with this young man, Cash, reach out to Howard. This is what Howard does. He's a community man. He's a spiritual man. And yesterday he was anointed the bishop of radio. So, Bishop, I thank you once again.
You're doing a lot. Let me read this. It said, John, missing the point. Everything, throw away the PLP and the FNM. We need to try something else, something new. There's a text that's coming through. It says, good day. If the FNM running on marital rape, they will lose for sure. I know they won't get my vote, but that says that's their intention. I don't even like the PLP, but won't support that bill. They need to run on freedom of information and on other issues rather than the marital rape. Let me get it here quick, guys. It says, Howard, why y'all don't run if y'all want it better? This is a text that's coming through. So Howard, why y'all too don't run if y'all want it better? Well, this is a text that's coming through. Guys, I want to thank you for your contribution, your position. It says, I don't see the FNM victory in 2017 and the FNM win, but more the PLP loss.
My God.
They missing what I point. They're missing my point. The FNM win as a result of self-infliction of the PLP. And when the PLP is they find them